Islam. Let us rise today. My name is Julius Fuentes Bay, Divine Minister of North American Government. I want to give all the praise and credit to one international prophet, Noble Drew, who came 5 times strong to raise all Ajax living in North America and also all around the world. And today the question on the floor, what is love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice? Now, when we deal with segregation, integration, we don't have a clue what that is. But now we deal with more science. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice are the 5 greatest principles to humanity. Tell me, Ajax, listen up. This is how you was created. With love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. When you go to the mirror, point to your mind and heart. That's where the nearest, greatest God, Allah, is located. By all means, stop listening to Reverend Leroy Love and stop paying him $300 and talking about amen when he says you are born a sinner. And why? Because international law, the great God Allah doesn't create sin. Now who creates sin? Lucifer, Satan, the dragon, the beast. How does he do it? By hearsay. Sounding real slick, cool, and hip. Falsehoods and delusions. And like terms like segregation, integration. What does they mean? Now, when you start talking about segregation, it means that the European dislike you. How about integration? It means the European be nice, polite to you. Now, the one international prophet, Noble Drew, he said, how about the question on the floor? What is love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice? What about divinity? What about your human rights? What about your nationality? What about your tribe? What about your birthright? What about citizenship? What about proclaiming your name, your nationality in your own government? Which is living. What's the opposite of living? Dead. So one international prophet, Noble Drew, he don't want you dead. He wants you alive and living. So I'm going to say, listen up and learn. Now, when you proclaim your nationality, it's not a name change. So by all means, this is a fashion statement. Don't do this. Do not go marching, boycott, and protest at the United States Supreme Court in a do-rag with a cross, a baseball cap and a cross, a scarf and a cross. These are fashion statements. Now the one only prophet, Noble Drew, he brought you a headdress of divinity, a fez and a turban and your Moorish American medallion. And he say, link yourselves with the governments of the world. See? So also, in another way, you don't have to proclaim your nationality. You don't have to march and boycott and protest to a so-called blackboard and then write names up there, and you get up there and pray, and then you're going to close your eyes and dream and then wake up to the same nightmare. You're not a citizen of your own government. You don't live by your own constitution who you say you are. You don't place your own flag. Now, to my Ajax on social media, we got some of our Moorish kin, they going around saying names sound real slick, cool, and hip. They don't want to be a black Negro or African American. They don't sound politically correct. So they call themselves Rastafarians. They call themselves Hebrew Israelites. And they call themselves Nuwabians. Now, listen and learn to all my Ajax on social media. We're not here to insult. We're not here to attack. We're not here to speak radical against you. The one of Prophet Noble Drew say, I want you to think, take the covers off these secret society, these misnomers. Now, we got our Moorish kin, they say they Rastafarians. Now, here's a $64 trillion question. Now, you're not going to tell me they're not a Rastafarian. With intelligent tone, you're going to ask me this question. What does that intelligent tone mean? It means your divine creed, which is love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Question on the floor. You're going to ask, how long have you been a citizen of the Nuwabian government? You have to answer now. And also, you're going to ask Hebrew Israelite, how long have you been living by the Hebrew Israelite divine constitution? You have to answer now. Then you're going to ask the Nuwabian. Say, how long have you been pledging to the Nuwabian flag? So let me help you. If you answer no to all these questions, the one only prophet Noble Drew say, that is confusion. He said, come out of Babylon. And he said, go to your Moorish American light. And the website. Listen and learn. Write it down. Put it on your dial plate. www.moorish-american-government.land. You're going to click on the icon, freedom. Then you're going to hyphen that name and title, Bey El Ali, as nobility. And if you have any other further more further instructions you need, you call the Moorish American officials at the Moorish American World Headquarters, area code 434-676-1555. That's Sunday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As the one on International Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, do it for intelligent tone. What does that word intelligent tone mean? Once again, it means your divine creed. The question on the floor, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Where is it at? It's not outside of you. It's inside your mind and heart. Now, when you take that away from you, what you going to have? A descent of a slave. Let me say this to all my Asiatics. Listen to this demonstration. Now, constitutional slavery was abolished January the 15th, 1865. Now, you stick your chest out and you say you want the European slave owner statue taken down. You want his name, European slave owner name, written off buildings. But then you go around on television and radio with a PhD and a master's degree in history saying you were the son of a slave. The one on Prophet Noble Drew Ali, something is wrong with that picture. It's called mental slavery. So the question on the floor is, what is love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice? It's your divine creed. Also, you have to have a nationality, because constitutional slavery was abolished over 150 years ago. You must have a tribe by now. So let me help you. Once again, you'll go to www.moorisamericangovernment.land. You'll click on the icon, freedom. And then you're going to hyphen that title, name, Bey El-Ali. That's nobility. And one of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, he gave you a headdress, a fez and a turban, and a Moorish American medallion. Now, I'm not against a fashion statement, but it had nothing to do with human rights. It had nothing to do with freedom. A cross with a do-rag, a baseball cap with a cross, and a scarf. Those are fashion statements. The one of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, he brought you a headdress of nobility, international freedom. Before I go to all my Asiatics listening to this demonstration on social media, the one of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, he brought you everything to free you. He brought you a Moorish American flag, which is over 10,000 years ago. You can trace it. So I want you to go to www.sevensealspublication.com. This is 1% of what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali has for you as far as lessons. And buy one for yourself, family member, and a friend, and study together so you'll know where love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice is located, and it's the 5 greatest principles of humanity. And by all means, stop listening to Reverend Leroy Love and paying him $300 talking about, amen, you born a sinner. It's further from the truth. Because the great God, Allah, doesn't create sin. Lucifer, Satan, the dragon, the beast create sin. And he does it by hearsay. Sounding real slick, cool, and hip. Falsehood and delusion. Now, I know a lot of my Asiatics on social media, you enjoy the prophethood, the one you call Jesus. But notice, when he came to you, you were the son of a slave. Segregation, integration. And also, he has procrastinated over 2,000 years to come back for you to proclaim your nationality and your own government, to live by your own divine constitutions, to pleasure your own flag. And you've been waiting for 2,000 years for the one you call Jesus. Where's love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice at? No, it's not outside of you. Walk to the mirror with intelligent tone. Once again, that's your divine creed. And you have authority over land and water, which is law. This is what the one of Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought you. So he brought you the 5 greatest principles of humanity. They are located in your mind and your heart. They're not outside of you. So you don't have to procrastinate. Wait 2 years, 20 years, 200 years for the one you call Jesus. And we're not here to attack the prophethood of Jesus. We're here for you to think. Why is he procrastinating on the principles that he stands for? He said he's against sin. So therefore, he should have came back 1,990 years ago. So then, today there will be no sin. To all Asiatics, listen up and learn. The greatest sin in the world is not the 10 Commandments, is when you reject yourself, when you reject your ancient heritage, when you reject your nationality, when you reject your birthright, your tribe. That's the greatest sin in the world. So the one prophet Noble Valley, he said, repent from that and come to your marvelous Moorish American life. Once again, let me give you that excellent website, www.moorishamericangovernment.land. You're going to click on the icon freedom. You're going to hyphen that title and name of nobility, Bey, Ellen Ali. And also, you got a headdress of nobility, your turban, your fez, your Moorish American medallion. It's not a fashion statement. It's not a do-rag, it's not a baseball cap, it's not a scarf with a cross around your neck. We're not against fashion. We're here for international freedom and your divine creed. So, I want to thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the demonstration. What is love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice is, and where is it located? And if you need further instructions, more information, once again, you can call the official at the Moorish American Government World Headquarters. Let me give you that telephone number again. Area code 434-676-1555. That's Sunday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This has been your brother Julius Funches Bey out of Maryland Council. As the Divine Minister, Old Official Base Range number 2 say, I come in peace, I leave Islam. Gratitude. Thank you for listening.